All right, so take two on this video. I was considering, well, anyway, first of all, this is unbelievable. This, I can't believe I've never done this, but this is so much better. And also, so I can have this door shut, because the cabs are in here, and then I can just be working and grabbing guitars, right? And yeah, it's this the jury is deliberated. It sounds a lot better without them stacked. And yeah, it's cleaner too. I don't know, this just looks cooler. I was thinking of trying record this the way it is through the greenback vintage 30 cab, the AC30 through the cab, and then pulling it in and see. I mean, I know it's going to sound great in the cab itself, and that's technically, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to keep it here because I don't want to start putting like an AC30 down here and then more. It's, simple, and peace of mind is actually more important than any little, 1% you get of this, that, the other thing. So there's a couple things I want to try. And also I'm going to string some guitars today. But there it is. I've really, this Mark V is very cool. I was talking to a new friend. He's a guitar nerd too yesterday about, the Mark VII, the Mark IV, the John Petrucci, and we were talking also about the new 2C Plus. I think this is my favorite of that era, of that. I had a 4, which was great, but it kind of just, there's a lot of things with those old ones. They don't make parts for them anymore. So, I had a 7. I didn't like the 7. I had the 7 and the 5 side by side. The 5 just sounds more powerful. And somebody said that there is a difference in the simulcast that has something to do with the power amp. It just seemed different to me. The 7, I just struggle to get it to sound good. I don't know. Though I've heard other guys use it and it sounds great. So, and the JP was cool, but this is really, because I love the clean in fat mode. I love the crunch here in 2, and in channel 3 I like the 2C Plus and the 4. So it gives me basically 4 killer amps. And blending it now with this, and I love this amp in the PT100 clean. It's like once I got over that it's like I don't like it in high gain, and then I just started to use it with what I like. It's great. Channel 2 here, channel 2 with the gain at 4 is just a good crunch. That's what I used last night to blend these two, and that was what sounded so killer. It was the Mark V in channel 2 crunch mode, and the SERP in channel 2 with crunch mode, not just on 4. And I didn't add the boost or anything, and there was no pedals. So anyway, we're gonna just kind of go through some of this stuff right now, and it feels like it's getting cleaner. All right, so this is going to kind of be a quick video. Everything's in place now. My only thing I want to just make sure is this rectifier. I don't know. My tastes are changing and my work is changing, and I just want to see where we're at. I just want to hear it a little bit. So this is my multi-watt in channel 2 in vintage mode. All I've got on is the woodshed compressor, just tapping, just to keep it consistent. Let me record a little bit. It's a cool sound. Let me listen to the Mark V. Here's the Mark V. It's a little louder. That's in channel. You know what? Let me do this. Give me a minute. Let me record this a little louder because I turned it down. I'm trying to figure out how to make these videos so I can have less editing. So we're back. Same thing. Channel 2. So this is back to the Recto channel 2. And then Mark 5 channel 2 crunch mode. See, the funny thing is I can hear the boogie sound more now than ever in my life. And I always knew it. It was always like it had this thing. I always knew it, but I didn't. It's taken me a long time, and that's why I'm wondering if I need them both, because it's like between them, the Mark 5 is probably more useful. So here's the Recto in channel 2. And the Mark 5. They're different. I mean, they're good. They're both good. I mean, the Recto here. Let me try this. Give me 1 minute. We're going to try the Recto now into the greenback and vintage 30 X pattern cab. I'm just doing this by the numbers. Yeah, so let's see what happens now. We go here. So now this is the X pattern of the greenback vintage 30. It's a little louder. I kind of started turning it down a little bit while I was recording it. Yeah, so here's the X pattern. And all vintage 30. And X pattern, greenback vintage 30. Yeah, that's really nice. They're both nice. So let's try this. So we're going to stay where we're at. Now we're going to go into channel 3 vintage mode, or no, channel 3 modern mode. No pedals, just the amp. All I got on is the little woodshed. Let me hear a second of that. See, it's weird. Why does it feel so loud now? Let me go to. I must have turned this all up a little bit here. Give me 1 second. You can't have these boogies too loud sometimes. Everything, they have a sweet spot. That's nice. I'm getting it now. Now let me go into the all vintage 30 cab. Oh, maybe the thing to do at some point is get one of those like amp Pete's or something, and just, I mean, it takes me a second anyway. And it, in theory, for me, sometimes this may, you know, this is cool too. You know, there's no less everything, less wiring. It's just, you know, it's basically a little like a little custom made patch bay. All right, so now we're same channel 3 on the rectifier in the all vintage 30 straight cab. And most of the time, to really do this, you would run that 808 to tighten it up, but I just want to hear the amp pure. Yeah, it's getting kind of, I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know if this is really a thing anymore for me. Let me do this. Let me get out of these. Well, let me get out of this. I'll just add V30 808. Let me put the 808 on it because it will give it help. Yeah, I don't know. This is now with the 808 in the vintage 30 cab. That's nice. That's nice. So let me try going to the greenback with that, and that's it. It's then. I don't know. I mean, what do I care? I think it's just. Let's. Let me also go channel 3 mod 808. I'm just going to put it on both channels, keep it consistent. So now we're into the X pattern greenback 808. It's for me. That's the way to do it. Was with the 808. Here's the all vintage 30 cab. That's the sound I like for this kind of thing because it's not like the greenback vintage 30 is really nice and has a lot going on for a lot of things. But for this kind of Mesa wreck, I just want it to be like just. I don't know, like just right all there, and this is the sound. That's really nice. That's really nice. And then here's the X pattern cab again. It's nice. There's more rock and roll with the X pattern, like, you know. I mean, it sounds more like you know, like not AC/DC, but it's more rock and roll like this. See on the D, right? And then you go to the vintage 30. Yeah, it's not rock and roll. That's more kind of modern metal or hard, I don't know what you'd call it, but. And then going back to, here's the Vintage 30 on the Mark V in channel 2. Different trip, and then here's the X pattern with the Mark V. Yeah, so they're both nice. I think I'm just gonna stay where I'm at. They are different enough, and yeah, build it and they will come. They'll once, if I'm committed to this, then work will come in that this is what has to happen. They all have effects loops, everything except for the 77. So that's where I'm at. Pretty stoked. Going back to here's Rectifier. This is all vintage 30. Here's channel 2 in vintage mode. No 808. Yeah, it needs EQing. It needs sculpting. Here's the same thing in the X pattern cab. Yeah, see, it's a little better there with the X pattern cab right out of the gate. So if we let's see, give me a minute. Yeah, a little sculpting will make this kind of pop a little more. Bypassed and in. Yeah, and then here's that same. This is Recto channel 2. Vintage mode. Here's all vintage 30 cabs. All vintage 30 speakers. Yeah, it's cool. I mean, now let's go to channel 3 modern with the 808 all vintage. Yeah, see, I like that better. It's too much cut now because that channel is more aggressive, more lean, and the 808 is tightening it. And then here's with the X pattern. I like that. That's definitely more rock and roll. Not as it doesn't have that kind of focus. All right, and then we'll kill the EQ, and then we go back. Here's our little Mark V X pattern. Yeah, that's nice. Let me put that EQ. Woo! I like that. And then here's all vintage 30 on that Mark V. And then going back now to channel 3 on the Recto. It's cool. I don't know. I don't know that it would be. I don't think that it'd be as useful for what I do. I think that Mark V has a lot going on that's cool, and it's very different than the Sur, the AC30, and the 77. You know, all three of those have there's a little DNA that connects them. The Mark V is like a different species, man, you know? Anyway, here it is. I'm feeling a little strange. Oh, going to the pharmacy to get the last round of cough medicine and everything. It's been officially now over a week. Well, a week. But it's getting better. I slept through the night. So, anyway, I think, I don't know. I don't really know how I'm feeling about having this rectifier, if I need it. You can get good sounds with it though. It's got a great effects loop. And the clean, you can do the push, and you know it. We'll see. Peace.